The concept of Ricardo Pitzwiley's Moby-Dick is to take the story that everyone knows. It's the story of a whaling ship called the Pequod. The captain, Ahab, has had his leg sheared off by an enormous whale, a white whale called Moby-Dick.
And assembles his crew to the ship the Pequod to go kill the whale.
But he also wants to play off against that a contemporary plot.
It's a modernized version. Instead of sailors, it's young kids, young drug dealers in the ghetto communities. And it's a crew called The One.
I think the biggest challenge was to keep the action moving forward. How do you tell both stories without one dominating the other?
Ricardo plays off these two stories against each other on a very simple set, which is a large scaffold. On the upper deck of the scaffold, the action of the Pequod takes place, and on the lower levels, the action of the city and the young cast.
Now, I'm using both elements to tell both stories, but at some point, you just have to keep saying, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, and this happened. Now, who's telling this part of it? Are they both telling it together? Is this group telling it, or is this group telling it? But it's all got to be the same story.
Advance, teammates! Cross your lances full before me. Well done. Let me touch the axis. My valiant harpooners, swear death to Moby-Dick. May God hunt us all if we do not hunt Moby-Dick to his death.
Swear on a pledge we made to each other that you will help me take down White Thing.
We swear! Yeah, boy! Albert.
You have to be careful that you just don't stop to tell one story. Okay, we'll stop and tell this story, then we'll stop and tell another story. We'll stop it, you know. They have to be fluid in the sense and finding a way of saying, ultimately we're telling the story of Moby-Dick. You pick your story that you're going to tell.